So just gonna do a quick wrap up. If I could just buy one of these. So shoe comparison for you guys today, we've got the ASICS Novablast up against the Brooks Glycerin 21. So both new releases here, both neutral daily trainers. So we'll go through their key features, differences, and then hopefully from that, you're going to be able to work out which daily trainer is best for you. And now's a great time. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. All right, now let's get into it. Right, straight into the quick specs, and as you can see there, things that jump out to me is certainly firstly the price between these two shoes. So Glycerin 21, heaps more expensive than the Nova. Also, there's a fair difference there in the weight. So heavier package here in the Glycerin 21, 9.8 against 9.2 ounces. Now, to be quite honest, you don't really feel that much of a difference on the foot. So I've worn these two shoes at the same time. I'm a little bit weird just to get a feel for it. And you can't really notice that the Glycerin is that much heavier than the Nova. Stack height wise, again, fair differences there. So way bigger stack here in the Nova than what it actually states for the Glycerin. However, I'm still not sure where Brooks are measuring their stack height from this shoe, because I think the Glycerin measures, it feels around 40 millimeters. So in stack heights as well, when you stand side by side in these shoes, they feel pretty similar. So if anyone out there knows actually where Brooks have measured their stack heights from in this shoe, please drop those ones in the comments below. So when comparing our uppers here, two different materials using in the upper, engineered woven for the Novablast. So it's quite thick and it's tightly bound, so there's not that much breathing holes in it. It is flexible, but not that flexible. And a few little breathing holes here in the toe box. We've got a engineered warp knit in the Glycerin 21, so much more flexible. It does feel like a knit. And this one is, although the material is thick, it's still a little more breathable than the Novablast. Still, but very, very premium materials in both, and both really comfortable. Padding wise, so around the heel collar here, I reckon the Novablast has got more padding, so it actually feels more plush around the heel collar, and that's surprising, especially when you're going up against the Glycerin. So super padded here, but in the padding department, the Glycerin has got a big, fat, puffy padded tongue, whereas the Novablast has just got a thin gusseted tongue. So no gusset in the Glycerin here. Laces wise, they've got nice premium laces here on the Glycerin 21, and pretty standard laces on the Nova. Lockdown wise, both shoes have got excellent lockdown, so I've had no issues there whatsoever. With our fit, so both shoes for me are true to size. The shorter fit would certainly be the Glycerin 21, so the Nova is a longer fit. Width wise, I would also say that the Novablast is the slightly wider foot as well. And in the looks department, I'm definitely giving that one there to the Novablast over the Brooks. Brooks needs a bit of an update, I think. And in our midsoles here, Novablast use FF Blast Plus Eco, so you'll find that foam in the Kayano and in the Nimbus. So, but totally different feel, and I'll cover that one soon. And in our Brooks, we have got the DNA Loft V3, so that is nitrogen infused. No carbon plate in either of these shoes, as they are daily trainers. Now, geometry wise, both got 4-foot rockers there, as you can see. Can you feel the 4-foot rockers really in these shoes? I would probably think you probably feel it a little more in the Glycerin 21 than what you do in the Novablast, but both have got some rocker geometry up under the 4-foot. And in our outsoles here, two very, very nice outsoles. However, they both quite different. They're using different things to get different effects in their shoes. So in the Nova, they've gone with their standard looking tread pattern. However, the rubber that they used, I think it's still the AHA, but they've put more slits and grooves, so it's a little bit more aggressive, and that has improved the grip in this shoe. They've also gone with the bit of a groove there, the decoupled groove that goes right around the shoe. So that actually adds to the ride of the shoe. That's why you get that bounce or that trampoline effect through the rear and in the midfoot of the shoe. Yeah, durability is still excellent, and with that improvement in the grip, this is a great outsole. And in the Brooks here, so they have got their rubber coverage on most of the shoe, but the big thing here about what Brooks do with their shoe is none of their rubber is actually joined together. They've just got it in segments, and that actually allows this midsole to splay and really complement the ride, so it sort of softens the ride up. So when you have all the rubber just in one piece, it sort of constricts the midsole. So they've actually sorted that out here in the Brooks shoe, and this rubber is quite nice. So very, very durable, great grip, and another great outsole here. They've also sort of copying what the Nova has done. They've got a bit of a groove here through the rear foot and the midfoot. It's not as prominent as what it is in the Nova, so you don't get that bounce trampoline effect as much, but that could be just down to the type of foam that they're using. Onto the ride and performance. So both these shoes, I'm going to say they're both soft, but they're both soft in different ways. None of them are soft and squishy like that cloud-like feeling. They're soft in different ways. So with the Nova, this FF Blast Plus Eco, you find in this, the ride doesn't feel like it feels like in the Nimbus or the Kayano. It actually still feels like a Novablast, and I think that's just how they cut this out and the geometry of the shoe. So it's still got that real Novablast feel. So soft, there is lots of bounce through the midsole. It's a very, very stable ride. And yeah, it's just got its own sort of signature. So it's quite fun to run in. There's absolutely no road feel in this shoe. So it's sort of like a dense type of cushioning, but it's a very, very safe shoe these days. Again, not unstable at all, and it's quite an enjoyable ride. And in the Glycerin, so totally different feel. Again, it's soft, but not squishy, not cloud-like. Now, if I can, the word that comes to mind in this one is springy. Like it's a little, it's more energetic and it's more lively than the Novablast. However, if it is still soft, but not that cushy soft and not a dense, dull softness. Yeah, this one is a lively softness, if that helps to explain. So it's sort of like the difference if you had a tennis ball and you squish it in and it actually forces your hands out really fast. So that's what the ride is with this nitrogen infused midsole. It's sort of in and out. It's like poppy, and this one it'd be like a dense foam ball. You would squish it in and it's still soft to squish in, but it sort of comes out nice and soft and it feels really dense. So that's how I can explain the ride of these two foams. So comparisons for you. So softest ride, I'm going to give that to the Novablast. Most responsive ride, so I'm going to give that one to the Brooks. The most bounce, I think it's a tie, but they're bouncy in their own ways. The most versatile shoe, I think that's a tie as well. The most stable shoe, believe it or not, I think it's the Novablast. But durability wise, I think the Brooks is going to win that one. And what's better for your different types of runs out over there? So I think for easy days, I'd prefer the Novablast. For your workouts, I probably wouldn't prefer anyone, but I think the Brooks, you can get up and going more so in the Brooks. And in your long run, I'm definitely picking the Novablast for that one. So it's getting super dark here and it's about to rain. So just going to do a quick wrap up. If I could just buy one of these, I'm definitely going with the Novablast, and that's definitely got to do with a lot of the price. So yeah, I don't think the Brooks is worth that much more than the Novablast. That's why if I had to buy one, I'm going with the Nova. Anyway guys, that's it from me. I need to get out of here before I get soaking wet. Make sure you give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.